What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day here in Kansas City. It's kind of cold out here, though. We're at, I think, at 2 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees Fahrenheit. My bad, 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty cold. But you know what that means? More people inside, more opportunities for us to capitalize on these cold calls and close some more deals. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully, everybody's out kicking ass already. Got a little late to our morning today. Had a good closing yesterday with our flip property, so now we're just back on the dialer. So for you guys are getting started, if you guys are looking to more about the whole wholesaling process, we are going to have our webinar. The link is already available for you guys to register. That'll be February 26th. February 26th. It's on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock. You guys can come in and ask any questions. We've got that available for you guys. So don't forget to register if you guys want to just kind of have a 1 hour call with me to go over everything real estate related, wholesaling in particular. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can bring them by there. The link is in the bio for you guys. You guys are more than welcome to join in. It should be pretty good. I'm going to be putting in a little bit of time to give you guys the sauce, all of the gems, everything about wholesaling that you guys have been asking for. So come through. What's up? What's up? Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and get this kicked off and get going. Let me know if you guys have any questions about wholesaling, about getting started with real estate. You guys can put them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions you guys have. We'll see if we can maybe get this deal done here. Here we go. Let's see. The first one of the day. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining in. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. Like I mentioned, we've got our webinar link out there for you guys. You guys can register. There's a link in the bio if you guys haven't already registered for that. That'll be on Wednesday, February 26th. So I invite you guys to do that. That's completely free to you guys. It's just an hour long of us having conversations about the ins and outs of wholesaling. Would you say RE is the same as wholesaling? RE, real estate? Would you say RE up? I'm not sure. Be a little bit more specific there. It's the same as wholesaling. Real estate and wholesaling, yeah, they're the same thing. Wholesaling, I mean, you're pretty much selling real estate. We made a good offer yesterday on a seller finance deal out in Florida. We're going to be working some of these leads that you guys sent over. You don't need a license to wholesale, nope. But what you're doing is you're basically just selling a contract. So we have like a, purchase agreement. Let me see if I can pull one up for you real quick. So with wholesaling, what you're doing is you're taking a purchase agreement, right? You're taking a purchase agreement like this one here, and you're pretty much just selling this piece of paper, the rights to purchase a property, to an end buyer, somebody that will buy it cash. How many deals do we do cold calling alone? Right now, I'm averaging around two every month. So Ryan, I mean, it's just a matter of how long you kind of spend on it. Obviously, the more marketing and stuff you spend on, the more likely that you will be able to, get more volume, more opportunities, for sure. So we're gonna call some of these leads here that we have from you guys that you guys needed us to call last week. I think some of them on here are in the foreclosure process. So let's see if we can get connected with them one real quick. 1 second. Thank you for sharing the live there. Appreciate it. Share with somebody that you want to bring on the journey with you. We've got the webinar starting next week. We'll do, Sebi. We'll do. So this lead here that I'm calling foreclosure. So let me go ahead and call them again. Try to blow them up twice. My leads, I get them all from Deal Machine or directly from the county. My son started cold calling. That's the best way to do it. Calling, that's the best way to do it. I mean, if they're getting discouraged from cold calling, just maybe have them do door knocking. What's up, man? We try to average around 50 calls per day. I mean, just myself. My VA, he's also making calls using a dialer, a power dialer, um, and he's calling there. You in Cali, bro? Nah, I'm here in Kansas City, bro. But I'm more than happy to work with you guys if you guys are across the states, right? He has a drive. If you need another team member, he has a drive. Let me know. I'm more than happy to jump on a one-on-one with you guys. There's a link in the bio. You guys can book a one-on-one with me. I take you guys through all the steps of how to get started, and then even give you guys a free list that you guys can go out and actually go call. So feel free to book a one-on-one with me, and we'll go over those kind of specifics. Like I said, I'm more than happy to jump and work with you guys wherever you guys are at in the States. The more deals we can get across, the more people we can talk to, the more opportunities. So it's just kind of like the ones that you guys are seeing me call right now. Um, these leads were brought to us by a few of you guys on the lives this week. At this point, it's just a matter of really following up with people and making good conversation. So let's call this one here. This was one out in Georgia. Zillow could be good, bro, but we use Zillow as mostly kind of like a training exercise. It's a good way to call people, and if you can get them low, then you'll be able to still wholesale for sure. but you're competing with everybody else that's seeing those leads on Zillow. Appreciate the follows. Thank you guys. The CRM that we use is called REI Sift. Um, how many of you guys on here on this live are new to wholesaling? Drop like a number one on the comments if you guys are new to wholesaling. I've been doing wholesaling since 2019. Started off doing it part time. Now it's my full time gig. So for those of you guys that are new, the ones that are dropping a one in the comments, the ones that are just kind of getting started, there's a couple of things. We have a webinar, a free webinar for all of you guys that are new to wholesaling. That's coming up next week on Wednesday. There's a link in my bio. Go register so that you guys can get that link sent to you. We're gonna have just a 1 hour long Q&A session where I'm gonna go into the 10 secrets of wholesaling, and you guys can actually ask questions. You guys can get all of those answers one on one. We'll be going on there on the Zoom link. Let's go, dude. So send me a DM, creative financing, and I'd be more than happy to connect with you, bro. I'm always looking for good lenders. Again, we're gonna have that event next week. Hi there, Shirley. Hey, how's it going? This is Hector. We spoke a few days ago about the house there on Norris Lake. We spoke back. I think it was on the 11th. You don't remember? I think I caught you while you were driving. Sorry. I just wanted to follow up with you because we were discussing like the issues with the bank. I'm not sure if you guys got that taken care of. Yeah. Did you guys end up selling the house or? Okay. Okay. Well, hey, if you do want to sell, if it is something that you do want to kind of go through, I'm also a cash buyer. I can always work with you guys on price if you guys want to sell it as is kind of thing. Um, there's a lot of ways that I can help you out. Not trying to sell you anything or anything like that. Just trying to provide you with some options. Yeah, no problem, Shirley. Well, feel free to give me a call if anything changes. All right. Bye. They're burying their head in the sand, dude. That's still a good lead. So we're gonna keep on following up with them. That's a good lead. Their foreclosure is still coming up. So if you guys have any leads you want me to call, set them down here. Let's do it. I'm about to start cold calling. Let's go, brother. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Let's go make some money. Let's go close some deals. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to register to our event. There's a link in my bio for that. Coming up next week for all of you guys that are new. What dialer do we use? We use smartphone. There's a power dialer on there that we use to call these leads. All right, right now we're going to go into all of the first to market, which means that these are either going to be foreclosure leads, kind skip trace. I've used those before. So these are leads that are sent in by my VA, that are the ones that we're about to start calling. Cyber background checks is what I use for skip tracing, guys. You guys can use them as well. But recently what we've noticed also is that Deal Machine, Deal Machine has very good skip tracing, and it's free. How do you verify your numbers? Well, we do a little bit of different things, dude. So what we do is we actually go into cyber background check, and then the other one is, give me 1 second, 1318529. The other one that we use, oh shit, I froze. Sorry about that. I froze a little bit. Um, so yeah, so verifying my number. So we use cyber background check, bro. We pull them directly from Deal Machine, and then we cross reference those with things like, there's this other skip tracer that we've been using lately called Forewarn, but that one's only available to you if you have a license, like a real estate license. But what I'm trying to say is, like, we've been looking at Deal Machine and kind of comparing those to the numbers that I pull from Forewarn, and they seem to be pretty accurate. They seem to be pretty spot on. I used to use batch leads all the time. I use them for my list. I use them for my texting. The dialer that we're using is called Smartphone. Smartphone. Yeah, thank you guys so much for jumping on this live. Don't forget to register to our webinar, which is going to be on the 26th. You guys can register here, or on, if you guys want to register here on TikTok, that's great. But if not, there's a link in my bio. You guys can also register there. It's free, completely free. We're gonna do a 1 hour just Q&A, top 10 secrets of wholesaling, for those of you guys that are getting started. We've used PropStream. I just recently cut the subscription. Now we're only using Deal Machine and Direct to County. If you don't have a team, bro, like, all of these questions you guys have of getting started, drop a 1 in the comments. Let me know if you guys are just getting started. Again, we'll kind of go over those little details here in a little bit. Let me just keep making these calls, try to get some people on the line. Let's see how many of you guys are new in this chat. If you guys are just getting started, drop a 1 in the comments. There's a few of you guys in here. Filters on Deal Machine, bro. I like the zombie list. The zombie list has been awesome. Um, Senior owners. We stopped using batch leads because it's just efficiency. We're trying to condense everything into like what we use. So I use Deal Machine for driving for dollars. I love the interface on that app, especially if you're using it on your phone. So I started seeing that Deal Machine started getting more and more accurate and better, leads. So we just kind of switched over to that. They pull the same list no matter what. It's like a big list. But then we also kind of, use a county list to stack on top of that. So that's awesome, Elliot. Send me a DM, bro. I'd love to connect with you and see if we can get some deals out there in Tennessee, bro. Don't forget to do this live, guys. If you guys are just getting started, um, there's a couple of things that I offer you guys: a one-on-one session where we can just kind of go over the things that you're getting stuck at. We have like this free webinar again next week. You guys don't want to miss out on that. You guys can register to it. There's a link in the bio for that. The county lists are people who are like inherited the property, divorced, foreclosures, probates, stuff like that. So my local market is Kansas City. The CRM we use is REI Sift. So what you guys are seeing me do right now is just cold call. Right now, I'm just cold calling. Nobody has touched these leads. My team right now is focusing on absentee owners, people who don't live in the county. And my job is to go into the first to market deals. So people who are either facing foreclosure coming up soon, um, or some sort of like inheritance or probate or whatever. The do not, dude. I call everybody. I don't just I don't wait for the do not call list. I call everybody. At the end of the day, if they tell me to f off, that's part of the game. Let's see if we could get this one here. Broom circle. What other questions you guys got? I know a lot of you guys are new to this whole game, trying to get your feet wet. Um, a lot of you guys hesitate on just making the calls. It's a pretty simple concept if you guys get the hang of it with a big return. You really just kind of have to put in the work. If you get the wrong name and data, look them up on the county, dude. So you can go into the parcel viewer on the county website and do a cross reference there, right? You can see like exactly who owns the property, who's paying the taxes. So then you can go back and skip trace them using the cyber background check, which is all free, right? And it's just kind of do a little bit more digging in, doing a little bit more digging in, and seeing if you can get connected with folks like that. Western, get one deal done, but I need more experience. Dude, I don't know. New Western to me is not the best model. Um, but I do have buddies who have made a ton of money by basically using them as leverage to kind of get into this game and then just hopping off and doing their own thing. Being sued. That's why we do everything through an LLC, dude. And obviously we take our precautions with that. But don't be afraid of making the calls, man. Just make the calls, ruffle some feathers. The best way of learning this game is by going through it, just straight into the fire, baby. So it took me 3 months to get the first deal, and I was doing it all just as a part time. I was doing it just as part time, and here, let me do one thing. So get an LLC first to start. Honestly, dude, like it just depends on how hard you're gonna go at it. You can do it all through your first name, but I wouldn't recommend it. But then if you get an LLC, you're gonna be spending money. Uh, just be ready to be committed, right? If not, work with somebody. Work with somebody to bring them the leads. And once you get a couple of leads under your belt, then you can start making more and more payments towards that. You can always JV with people. So you find the lead, you talk to them, you call them, you let them know, hey, are you interested in selling? Yes, yes, or no. The LLC really only protects you when you're signing the contract, right? So you can always work with somebody else that already has this game established. Like for myself, like I work with people all the time that want to get started, that don't have the means so far to kind of get all of these little pieces together. We can always work together like that. So the way that I did it, Carlos, is I filed a couple different things whenever I got started with my LLC. Um, I actually have a holding company out in Wyoming that then owns my LLCs for all of my different business ventures. So I have one for my buy and hold LLCs. I have one for my real estate. I have one for um, my short term rentals. Um, so really, it could get really in depth. I spent, I think, around $300 whenever I got started. What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys coming in. Don't forget to share this live if you guys getting value out of it. If you guys love it, we have an event coming up on the 26th where you guys are more than welcome to join our webinar. We have the 10 secrets of wholesaling if you guys are getting started. That's going to be a free 1 hour long webinar for you guys where I'll just kind of go into depth of everything that got me my first deal. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. So this property here looks like they're trying to evict this lady. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Let's call her up and see what she says. Liberty, Missouri. We love Liberty. Appreciate the love. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for registering for the event, bro. Like I said, it's going to be a free webinar. If you guys are just here on TikTok, what you guys are going to get is just the TikTok view. If you guys go, there's a link in my bio. You guys can actually register there as well. And, completely free. It's going to be a webinar where we're just on the Zoom, where we're going to have like a Q&A session. I'll take you guys through everything to get started, wholesaling, real estate, all of the ins and outs, just to kind of get you guys up and at them. And my goal is to also be able to build partnerships with you guys. Hopefully, we can close some deals across the states. If you guys have deals that you guys want me to call, bring them to the live. We'll be able to discuss them there as well. Appreciate the follows. Thank you guys so much for registering. I appreciate that. We got 2 of you guys in here. Hello, Ms. Barbara. How are you? My name is Hector. I wasn't sure if you'd be potentially looking to sell the house on Kansas Street. Oh, well, I think there was a notice of an eviction or something on the property. Oh, okay. All righty. That's right. Yeah. And it was kind of weird because I saw that the name and the property address were on 2 different files. So I was like, oh, maybe she's either kicking somebody out or Mhm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. If anything changes, feel free to give me a call back. All right. Have a good one. Bye. Funny. Well, that's her. That's her for sure. And that's the other thing with my CRM, the way that we work is that we collect these different numbers, right? And just like anything, we will follow up with them in the future. Now that we have the right number, right? We'll come back and we'll be like, okay, you're not interested now. That's totally fine. Maybe we can get you an offer down the road, kind of thing. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yep. So that's what I'm trying to show you guys how to get done, how to make calls, how to get into this game. Like I said again, it's really not nothing too crazy. It's just a lot of you guys, a lot of us when we're getting started, right? We just need a little bit of either the push or the accountability, or just kind of like, hey, show me exactly like step by step how to get this done. And that was one of the things that was pivotal for me getting started is having a good mentor. Um, and I was able to work with him for like 2 years, really understanding the ins and outs of the whole thing. So let's see if we can get this foreclosure on the line. Got a hybrid in Orlando. That's awesome, bro. I've got buyers for you. We have a deal out in Orlando we're working on too. What do I say if somebody says, "Give me how did we get their number?" We'll just tell them straight up, "Hey, we got it from the county records." Yeah, we're doing this full time. This is full time for us. So in the mornings, I'm cold calling. In the afternoons, I'm following up with offers made or buyers. Duplicate number 9868. Where are you at? Okay. Yep, exactly. That's a good line there, guys. Everything's online. Register here, guys, or register online. There's a link in my bio for that. We're gonna be going over how to close your first deal. The first 10 things that I was able to do to get me to my first deal. That's a live webinar that we're gonna have next week on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. There's a link in my bio. You guys can go to that. Check that out. The link in my bio is actually going to get you to be on the Zoom live with me. But if you guys just want to hang out here on TikTok, I'll be on TikTok as well. Yeah, exactly. It's just a defensive question. That's right. It's whenever you get stuck, when you're trying to justify everything you're doing to them, that you're gonna like get tongue tied, or you're trying to lie to them, you're gonna get tongue tied. Just be straight up and move past it. Okay, so that one may be an opportunity there. So then I send them a quick text. Hi, is that house on North Indian Lane yours? Question mark. What's up, Billy? If you guys are just getting started, drop a one in the comment. Let me see how many of you guys are in here, so that way we can answer a couple of the questions that you guys got, especially if you guys are just getting started. So drop a one in the comments. Let me see how many of you guys are in here. Okay, got a few of you guys. What markets are you guys in? What's the city that you guys are working in? Okay, I got a few of you guys in here for sure. New Mexico, Orlando, love it. Yeah, so how do we get started? So basically, your goal as a wholesaler, right, is to get a property under contract. Your purchase agreement is your first contract, right? This is your first contract. This is going to be the one that you're going to send over to your sellers. This contract is going to allow you to then assign it over to a buyer. Your buyer is the person that's actually going to get you paid. You're working for your buyer, right? Don't get it twisted. Your buyer is the person that's paying your assignment fee. So, ideally what you want to do if you're getting started is to go and find a buyer or two that are cash buyers that are going to be buying properties in the area that you guys are trying to target, right? That's the main thing that I teach everybody that comes on to our inner circle. Find the right buyer. You find the right buyer, you then start working for them as a scout to basically match their needs, right? You get those properties under contract on the purchase agreement, and then your buyer is right there just waiting to hand you the check. So the buyer is going to tell you exactly what property, what type, how many bedrooms, how many baths, what built, at what discount, what distress level of the rehab. That's called the buy box. A buy box is something that you guys want to learn how to develop, right? You put all those pieces together, put them inside the title company, or the transaction coordinators can put them inside the title company. And then that's where you guys are going to basically have the interchange between the buyer and the seller. You get paid, you walk away, you rinse and repeat. X leads good for a beginner. I've never used them, bro. I've heard of them. The things that I use, just so you guys can know, like if you guys are just getting started, okay, Deal Machine. Deal Machine is going to be your all-in-one software, right? You guys can even do a 7-day trial. Like there's a link in my bio for it if you guys just trying to do the 7-day trial. But Deal Machine will have all of your distressed properties, including the skip tracing. It's all free, right? You can download the list. I recommend using the zombie list. Download that, go after that one, call it. You can even call it directly from Deal Machine, right? Now, if you want to get even more into it, you can download that same app on your phone and go driving for dollars. That's how I got my first assignment. Made 35 grand on the first assignment 3 months after I was just doing this consistently every day, right? Finder's fee, exactly. You can do a finder's fee. You can do scouts. Like there's a bunch of ways that you guys can make money here doing real estate. What's up, Matthew? So right now, bro, we're working on doing like a average around two deals average. It's just me and two other VAs. So I'm kind of in that stage where I'm trying to scale up, right, and work my way out of the business and start, sending it, being more automatic and stuff like that. So. Nah, dude, nobody's good at cold calling. Everybody gets the shivers. Everybody gets the fucking. I was doing design work. My background's in architecture. I was making cold calls as an architecture designer. I've been doing this since 2019. Hold on, I'm trying to find this one guy that's on here. It's in our foreclosure leads. Got him. 26 years old and he's already facing foreclosure. Sad, man. Yeah, bro. Send me a DM, so we can go over that Orlando deal, guys. I have a free webinar coming up next week on Wednesday. You guys can either register here on TikTok or go to the link in my bio. Free webinar. Check it out. It's gonna have a bunch of really cool stuff for those of you guys that are getting started. And then, the other thing is you got to track how many calls you're making today. Don't hold yourself to slight standards. You want to be able to track your KPIs. We try to do around 50 calls. I try to do around 50 calls myself every day. You don't need it. Like, dude, if you're the type of person that needs steps 1 through 10 to get it done, um, I can reassure you that the best way of learning this game is by going straight into the fire. You're gonna learn more that way than through any sort of agency or anything like that. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more guidance, like a more of accountability group, that's different, right? But the main thing is you have to go in and do the work yourself, do the calls, make the calls. Don't be afraid of just putting yourself out there. Like in the webinar, I'm gonna share with you guys like the secret sauce of how to go about finding your first deal in the next 30 days. Looking at some of the lists that people don't look at. Let's see if I can pull this one up. So don't forget to register for that. Thank you so much. Yep. Don't forget to share this live as well, guys. Do me the favor, just share some live. I see you ain't chewing. Dude, I ran out. I haven't ordered any. I ran out of that real quick. That was some good stuff, though. Appreciate you guys registering for this live event. It's going to be next week, Wednesday. I'm dropping some real life knowledge on you guys. Private Zoom link will be sent out to you guys. That's it. The action is 6. So I appreciate you guys signing up. Rocio, out of 50 calls, out of 50 calls, we're averaging anywhere between 5 to 6 appointments set. Out of those 5 to 6 appointment sets, maybe one turns into an offer made. You got to do at least 3 to 4 offers before you get like one solid deal under contract. So I appreciate you guys all that are registering, all of you guys that are taking action. That is going to set you apart from these other people who are just sitting back, you know, collecting more and more just information, right? You need to take action in this game. You need to be able to put yourself out there. Right now, I'm calling. Let me see. This one is a pre-foreclosure lead. So right now, it's a pre-foreclosure lead. So what I'll do is I'll call the pre-foreclosure leads today, and then as I kind of get down to the point where I've called them a couple times and they still don't answer, um, I'll actually go door knock on Saturdays. Saturdays are my door knocking days. Last week, we got an appointment set with the property that we're potentially going to put on contract this week. That's awesome, Billy. I'm glad you're taking action, bro. Thank you. How do you know when it's the right time to make the offer? You take them through the four pillars. You ask them about the motivation, like what is their urgency to sell, right? What is their urgency? Is there motivation behind it? You ask them about the condition so you can kind of gauge where your rehab level is going to be, how distressed is the property really. Then you ask them about the timeline. How fast are they looking to sell, right? Are they trying to do that in the next 30 days? Are they trying to do that in the next 3 months, right? Depending on how fast they're looking to move, that's how fast you are going to present the offer. You don't want to present the offer until the very last minute where you've already qualified them to the point that they're so hungry to hear that offer that they're ready to go under contract. Our offer is the only thing we have for us before they go and shop it out to somebody else. So I hope that helps. We bring up foreclosure. We tell them that we've got their information. This is like the third time I'm calling him. They're gonna block me from this point. That's all right. Let's just send him a quick text. Hey Anthony, is this still your number? Yeah, so I just tell him straight up, like, hey, we actually noticed that the property may be going into foreclosure. Just wanted to see if you had uh, any concerns about that, or if you were needing a bit more information on maybe how to stop the foreclosure from happening, right? So you're basically trying to provide value. And then you can kind of walk them through the process like, hey, okay, so have you thought about selling it? Have you thought about maybe um, doing a loan modification? Have you thought about maybe, listing it with an agent, etc.? And that's whenever we go into our pitch. Well, listen, hey, if it's something that you are looking to sell, we can buy up the property as well. We can buy cash, pay cash. Appreciate the follows. Thank you so much, guys. It helps tremendously that you guys are finding value out of these calls. All right. So Miss Ann Deborah is facing foreclosure as well. So let's give her a call. How much cash do you need to get started? So really, like, here, let's get into it here after this call gets done. In the meantime, don't forget to share, highlight, be able to sign up on this webinar here. Hey, Miss Deborah, this is Hector. If you could please give me a call back at your earliest convenience. The phone number is 816-319-1411. Thank you. So to get started, Rocio, you have to pay to play. That's a fact, right? Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. The only way that you're not going to pay any money is if you just go and do this rogue, right? So there's a couple ways that you can do it. You can go and Michael Frankie. Nah, he's here in Kansas City, but uh, nah, I haven't worked for him personally. I've sent him a couple of deals, and he's bought a couple of deals from me for sure. But I haven't worked with him like as a mentor or anything like that. So, in order to get going, like Google Voice, I still have my Google Voice from 2019. That's completely free. You guys can download that. That just creates like a separate number between your phone number and what you're going to be using to call these leads. So that's free. As far as the leads goes, you can pull all of the data from the county for free, right? You can put them all on an Excel sheet for free, right? And you can kind of sort everything out there. The only reason why you would start paying money is to kind of make things a little bit more efficient, right? Make things a little bit easier. That's why we have the CRM. The CRM helps me track when did I call these people? Who are the next ones in line? I don't have to go into my Excel sheet again and start cleaning everything up every day, right? You choose your battles, you choose how you want to navigate this game. But that's how you kind of, if you want to do it for free. I don't use X leads. I don't use PropStream. What's up, Oscar? We use a deal machine on our end. See, my VA. So we have a call my VA in the morning on Mondays, and then Wednesdays, and then Fridays. And recently, he's been getting so much better at just pulling these leads. He used to send me like these mansion leads that were also in foreclosure, but as of recently, he stepped up his game. So that's the other thing is if you guys start getting into getting VAs, right? Like you got to know what you're doing, right? Because they're not going to just come in and look at your business the way that you look at it. And that's where a lot of people get frustrated with VAs and they start firing them and whatnot, like getting pissed off at the fact that they're not competent. Well, they're just working for you, dude. You're the one that's supposed to be like managing and leading them to success, right? And if you can't do that, don't get off of your VA. Deal Machine is great. Dude, the skip tracing for Deal Machine has been great, bro. We've been comparing it to Forewarn, which is the more kind of like higher end um, skip tracer, and we get pretty accurate leads, numbers and stuff. So like these numbers that I'm calling, my VA has already skip traced it in Deal Machine, and then I go into Forewarn to make sure that they are the right numbers. And pretty much like the accuracy has been pretty fire. Like they will give us a couple more numbers for sure. But they've been pretty good, and they've been pretty good, not gonna lie. No, they're kind of the same. They're like the same type. The Deal Machine and Forewarn are the same numbers. I know, bro. I pay for that. Yep, exactly. So I mean, Deal Machine is one of those things where you guys like in my point of view, Deal Machine is the only app that people should be downloading for these big lists. They have everything. They have for buyers, sellers. They have even the dialer that you can dial from there. You can even send direct mail. So like Deal Machine is probably the best thing that I've been able to kind of come across since 2019, and they're always like improving their shit. So what are the questions you guys got on here? And I think the other thing I like about Deal Machine is that they'll actually go in and they will clean up the data that's changed owners. So you'll see like some of the data, other things like prop stream, batch leads that have transferred ownership, and they'll still be the same. And Deal Machine actually tells you, hey, this has switched hands, right? This is no longer under this person that you saw first, and that could mean a lot of things. If the seller is like 3 days from foreclosure, go knock on their door. Go knock on their door and try to get in front of them. You can still sell or help them out. You can still stop the foreclosure from happening. You can still. Those are probably the ones that are going to be um, the best ones to kind of call, in my opinion, because they're either facing bankruptcy or foreclosure, right? They have no other means, and even bankruptcy is probably out the door already because they waited too long. One second, guys, this is making me like do something with the thing. An attorney to freeze the foreclosure. Now, so what you need is a couple of different documents. So on the foreclosure, what you need to do is you need to have not only the purchase agreement, right? You also need to have an authorization to release form, which basically gives you um, the ability to be able to speak on the seller's behalf with the mortgage company. You also have to have oh, what is that called? Damn it. Give me 1 second. You also need to have a different form that basically helps you. It gives you authority over the property to be able to either sell it on. I think it's called like shit. We should sign one the other day too. Attorney in fact, which basically gives you the opportunity to be able to sell the property on their behalf, right? Attorney in fact. You can do all of that. Where's the registration for the webinar found? Good question, bro. Or Rocio, that is in the link in my bio. That link is in my bio. It's the first one on the links there. You can find it on Instagram or TikTok. It should be the first link that's on there. So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys signing up too. We're gonna have fun. That's gonna be a good webinar for everybody to learn a little bit more about how to get into wholesaling real estate. And from there on, it's just scaling. Once you learn how to get into this game, after that, you start flipping, you start holding on to properties. Yesterday we closed on our flip, made 55 grand. Only 4 months into the deal. I'm in KC, but I'll work anywhere, bro. Like if you guys have deals across the states, like if you guys have deals right now that you want me to call live, let me know. Right? Raise your hand, put a hand emoji in there. If you guys have a deal that you guys want me to call live, put a hand emoji on the comments, and I'll call it live. We'll get in front of it. 5230986. Appreciate that love. Thank you so much. How many deals have I closed? I mean, I close on average 2 deals per month, bro. To UJV all the time. I JV with you guys all the time across the states, no matter where you're at. You're gonna call without seeing the property. That's it. That's right. How does this work? Send me a deal. Send me a lead, and I'll show you. Right now, I'm calling the leads that I have never seen. All I have is the information of what they're going through, and I'm just kind of looking at all of the phone numbers that Forewarn is sending me. So I'm calling those numbers right now. Yeah, guys, to register for the our free webinar coming up next week on Wednesday. We're gonna be going over everything wholesaling. You guys can register here with TikTok as well, or you guys can find the Zoom link, the private Zoom link, which is be sent out to all of you guys that register on my bio. There's a link in my bio. You guys can do that. Okay, this is the last one on here. Let me see. And so like this is just kind of like calling these calls, right? Like it's just about putting in the reps, making the calls. Send it over on TikTok. Um, Hi, how's it going? My name is Hector. I was calling Mr. Rex. Yes, sir. My company receives information about properties that go into foreclosure, and we're just wondering if you have everything, all of the resources to help stop the foreclosure from happening. Okay. When are they supposed to get that to you? Okay. Okay. We can help. Give them a call if at any time you feel like they're just not returning your calls anymore. We've dealt with this number of times here in Kansas City where uh, the different companies are just pretty much ghosting their sellers um, and waiting till the last minute before the property goes into auction. My name is Hector Martinez. I'm with REI Prime Solutions. Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, no problem. If anything changes or like it gets to the point where there's just no communication back and forth with them anymore, we also provide like a cash offer if at any one point you do decide maybe you need to sell the property. Okay, let me see. Today's Wednesday. Friday around this time would be okay. All right, sir. My phone number did pop up okay on your side, just in case you need to call me. Okay. It's the one ending in 1411. All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. There it is, guys. That's the first call that goes through from the foreclosures, right? So that was a great call. It was the last number on the forewarn, when we were kind of going down that list there. So that was a great call. So it does sound like he's facing some hardship, right? He's waiting to hear back from them. So on this one, what we need to do is set him up on the follow-up and write down some numbers here. So that's the thing. Like we just need to get some information out of them. What's going on? How are you guys handling this? Are you guys still looking to sell? Delaware, anywhere really. Like Delaware, I've heard it's very competitive, but across the states, it's very competitive. Where like exactly where else would you be trying to wholesale there? That's a good lead right here. This one's from the foreclosure lead. So let me see if I could pull up the list of when the property is supposed to sell. Give me 1 second. If you want to learn this, bro, if you want, all of you guys that are in this chat, if you guys want to learn this, we are having a free webinar on Wednesday, next week, Wednesday at 6 o'clock. You can either register here on TikTok and get like the TikTok view, or you can go on the link in my bio or where I'm going to send you guys a private Zoom link. And we're actually going to be able to do more of a Q&A session. What up, Matthew? He's just facing foreclosure, bro. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. on Wednesday. 6 p.m. Central. All right, foreclosures. First to market. Okay, let's see if we can find him on here. Just so you guys know, I still hold like an Excel sheet. My Excel sheet is just used for the raw data that my VA sends in. So don't knock, it still works. It looks like this guy is facing foreclosure. Auction date is on the 6th of March. So he's getting pretty close. Auction date 6th of March. All right. I decided this yesterday. Bought a new notebook for the information. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate that, bro. Don't forget to register to that webinar next week. So we're gonna be going over the 10 different things that I did whenever I got started wholesaling and how it landed me to my first assignment, $32,000 assignment fee after 3 months. So hopefully you guys can get a lot of data, a lot of information, a lot of good content, and eventually be able to build some really great partnership with you guys, so that we can start doing deals across the table. That's what's up. Way to take action. Just registered. I appreciate that. That's the way to take action. That's the way to take action. You're going to stand out from the rest just by simply taking action and putting yourself out there. So this is going to be full value. We're going to be able to discuss how to get started, how to get your first deal, the things, the tools that you guys are going to need, everything on there. And then hold a Q&A session right after so you guys can give me feedback on whatever specifics you guys are needing. It's my first time on your live. You popped up on my FYP. God's timing. That's it. That's it. Yes, sir. The first step is always just deciding, right? If you guys caught that, that was our first to market. Those are all our pre foreclosure leads that we talked to, that my VA pulls together. So we cleared that list. So now we have like all of the lists cleared for the first attempt to calling these leads. The next thing that we do daily, right, is then we go into all of the ones that we've talked to or tried calling them at least 3 times. So now we've called them once, right? We've tried calling them once. They didn't answer. So now we're gonna send that whole list up to my VA. They're gonna call it. They're gonna keep scrubbing it, scrubbing it, scrubbing it, and then I get the last bit of it. So once we do it 3, 4 times, now I go again and I start calling that list again. Once we scrub that list, we either go door knock it or we're gonna send them a direct mail and let them know like, hey, we're here. We're looking to buy properties. Appreciate you guys on here. Thank you guys so much for registering for this next webinar, which is going to be Wednesday, the 26th. We're going to be going into all of the specifics of wholesaling real estate. Okay, we're going to call a lead here. That's one of you guys sent over to me on TikTok. Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. Looks like a good one. Looks like a good one here. Birmingham, Alabama. Let me see. Appreciate you registering. I appreciate it, guys. You guys should be getting an email shortly from our team, and then also be getting some information on, next steps. So keep an eye out for that. Let's take a look at the property that you guys sent in from Birmingham, Alabama. See if we can get that one on the phone. Okay, so this one here is a 4-bed, 3-bath property. Any updates with the 3 in Florida? Not yet, Tech. The guy that we have kind of been working hasn't answered his phone lately. And then I'm supposed to follow up with the ones that we sent a contract for yesterday. So I'll keep my eyes out on that one, bro. I might just call it right after we get done with this one here. So give me 1 second. This one's from Sweetwater out in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, bro. Did you ever get a chance to talk to that lady, the one that passed away next door? That one should be a good one too. Both owners passed. Okay. If they both passed, they're going into probate. So what we need to do is we need to look up maybe some of the aunts, uncles, shit like that. I'll see if we can maybe pull some of that data here shortly. Give me 1 second. Let me try to find this lead because this one's having a little bit of trouble finding it too. ¿Qué pedo? Hmm. Okay, let's go. All right, let me just go ahead and fucking call it because I'm having trouble putting it inside my sift here. Okay. Elena Anderson. All right, this is Elena Anderson. So best of Bettis. Have you talked to this deal? Probably not. Let me see. Okay. So let me go ahead and call it one more time. Thank you guys so much for registering for next week Wednesday. Should have fun. We should have some good information for you guys getting started in real estate, getting selling. All right. All right. All right. Well, we'll follow up with that one here in a little bit. No worries. That one looked like a good one though. Still not popping up. Oh, there it is. Okay. How do we skip trace? A lot of numbers on batch aren't correct. Yeah, dude. Batch is kind of it struggles. It struggles to give us what the right numbers. Um, I think Deal Machine is what we've been using, and it's been pretty accurate. You can also feed it into things like Data Flick. We used to use Data Flick for the longest. We have stuff like that. Do we have a class? So you can book a one-on-one with me, which will be just kind of like you and me talking through the next steps for your guys' real estate trend like journey kind of thing. But we do have a webinar coming up next week on Wednesday that we're going to be going over all of the steps basically that got me to my first deal. You're free to register here on TikTok if you just kind of want to have this TikTok view, or you can go to the link in my bio. There is a free registration form that you guys can fill out, and we can send you a private Zoom link there next week on Wednesday. Haven't used PropWire. How many deals did it take me to quit my first job? So what I did to quit my job was that I actually set up a bit of a plan for myself where I needed to cover my income right through real estate. And the way that I did that was basically I bought my first property using a first time homeowners grant, and then I used that property, I flipped it to make some money, and then I used that money and put it into a duplex. I lived in the duplex on one side, rented out the other side, and then I bought a second duplex, the one I'm in right now, where now I have pretty much no debt on the mortgage. My tenants are paying for the mortgage, and so it took me about 3 or 4 years to kind of get to that point and actually be able to do that and escape my 9 to 5. I would say hold on to that 9 to 5 as long as you can, though, dude. Like, there's definitely a lot of leverage you can use. Your 9 to 5. Do we send batch? Send mass text? Yep, we use that smarter contact. We definitely need to talk about that beach. That what I'm trying to do. Let's go. That beach. Let's go. Yeah, dude. That's the way to do it. All right. So let's do some things here. Let's go back and follow back up with our leads. So tech, I'll be following up with those leads in the afternoon, bro, right after lunch. Right now, I'm still going to be calling my first to market. If you weren't here earlier, we were able to get a follow up from our first to market stuff, and that's all the foreclosures. So we're going to keep working these. These are good opportunities that we can capitalize on. So this one here looks like they're going to be going into foreclosure soon. So let me go back over here. It's all about consistency, though, guys. Consistency gets the job done. Dude, I'm super excited that you guys are able to join on the webinar because we're going to be dropping some gems. We're going to be dropping some gems. I might even share with you guys a list secret, a list that people aren't calling that you guys will probably be able to capitalize on pretty quick. So this guy actually lives in Sugar Creek. Well, we got a lot of people registering for this TikTok webinar. I appreciate that. But if you guys are wanting to get like the private Zoom link where you're actually going to be able to look at the presentation and actually be able to ask your questions, it's going to be all in the Zoom. All right, in the Zoom link. So make sure you register in the link in my bio. You guys can go in there and check that out. Let me see if I can call this number here. This one's 480. Yeah, see, Deal Machine has some really good numbers, man. They compare really well to the forewarned numbers that we. How do we find our market? So yeah, I mean, it just depends on like we use a thing called list source, and in list source we actually go in and look at all of the zip codes where most of the cash transactions are happening, and we pull the zip codes that we think are going to be the hottest ones for our area. And that's kind of like how we do it. So we do it backwards. We look for where the buyers are at, and then we go into, is that it? Is that we're trying to target? Okay, so those are both done. Give me 1 second here. Ah, fuck. It looks like the wife has passed away too. Okay, so this one definitely needs to be a. This one definitely needs to go into our door knocking. I wonder when it's supposed to go into foreclosure. 1 second here, guys. So I go back into my foreclosure list and I look up 177. So this one here is supposed to go into foreclosure next week. All right, so we're gonna add this one to our door knocking schedule. Appreciate you guys following. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to share this live. Don't forget to like it up. The other thing we can do is what I like to do is I go back in here and I'll look at things like Zillow, because sometimes these sellers will want to sell the property by themselves, and not all the times that we track. So it looks like it's clear there. Let's see. We'll put it into cyber background check, because cyber background check is free, and it also gives us the information of the relatives. So let's take a look at who could be the potential owner here. So we got. Oh, it looks like he's a 90-year-old dude. Okay, so it looks like the lady passed away. So another hack, another secret for you guys. You guys want to write this down, take this down as a secret. Is you go into the obituaries, right? The obituaries will tell you all of the information of, like, you know, basically the sons. So what I do is I put their first name, last name, obituary, and then I'll put the city. And so, yep, I found her on here. And so as I scroll down, she was 104 years old, 4 children. So 4 children. So if their dad is 90, so we're gonna look at maybe skip tracing the the first one on here, the first children passed in 2023 at the age of 104. Mary is the last of the generation, both of them has 4 children, 10 grandchildren. Mary retired. Uh, we're married, cherished. Were made 6 sisters, one brother, last sister. Here's the last of her generation, and she's got. Okay, so then we're gonna look at Mary. I'm gonna look up her first daughter. That's on here, and then I'm gonna put the same address. Let's see, and then we go into the address history and see if one of these pops up. Kansas City, Missouri. Is this a Florida property you're looking at? Nah, bro. This is another one. This is a. This is one in Kansas City. But all of these hacks, dude, all of these things that I'm showing you guys here on TikTok, these are ninja secrets, bro. We'll be able to kind of talk more about it inside the webinar. John and on this. John and this. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Kansas City, Missouri. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to cross-reference. We're trying to see like the people that are, inside like the obituary, cross-referencing those to maybe the potential other properties where the dad may live. Which again, if he's 90 years old, dude, if he's 90 years old and the property is facing foreclosure, you damn well guarantee that that property is going to be either up for sale or they're going to just let it go into foreclosure. So what I can do is I'll go back and see that the property came up, that there was this other guy that lived there. Maple Real Estate. So Blue Maple Real Estate, home's retired. Okay, so he's in a retirement home. Can you fill me in on what you're doing going over? Yeah, and of course. So right now what I'm doing is I'm calling all of the leads that basically have made it to the end of my funnel and my foreclosure leads. Basically, we've called them, we've texted them, they haven't answered, and they're still facing foreclosure. So now I realize that these people, one of the persons is deceased, the other one is 90 years old, and he's been put into a retirement home, right? So this is the crazy part about this game is like the more you dig into these sort of things, the more you start seeing that there may be more opportunity for us to actually capitalize on this. And so now, fuck, dude, there's so many people that are deceased from this file. Four children. Hi. Oh, nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I'm on a live. You come say hi. I just got a free muffin. All right, yeah. So it looks like all of them are deceased. So this is gonna need a little bit more deep diving. I'm gonna look up this other lady and see if we can get more information. So the other skip tracer that you guys can look at, or you guys can look into, is called Skip Genie. Skip Genie is subscription based, but it does provide you with a lot of information about the homeowner. Basically, like people who are their relatives. The three best ways to find probate properties or foreclosures: direct to county, direct to county, talk to an attorney, probate attorney, foreclosure attorney, and auction.com. Those are pretty easy ways to get yourselves information or properties related to foreclosures or probates. 1792. Damn it, dude. All right, this is gonna take a little bit more time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put this one in a needs deep dive instead of door knocking. It does need door knocking, but I guarantee you that there's no one's gonna be at the house. So this needs deep dive. We're gonna have to go to it and actually do a little bit more work to it, find a little bit more information about it. Could I benefit from a relative that flips houses? Yeah, dude, of course you can ask them questions about how they got their money, how much their rehab cost is. You can do a lot. So you go directly to the court. We do directly to the county, which a lot of times those that information that you're looking for is there. You can also look them up in newspapers. You know, all of this information comes up in the newspaper, so you guys can actually look them up in the newspaper. Um, and that's a little unconventional, but there's actually websites out there that you can pull directly from the county, from the newspapers. That's what my VA does because he works from the Philippines, so he's just pulling lists directly from the county or from the newspapers. So thank you guys for registering for this live event we're gonna have next week on Wednesday. You guys can do it here on TikTok, or you guys can also do it on the link in my bio. So this one's also foreclosure. Let's see if we can get connected with somebody. What is it about? It is free. It's completely free. Anaí, it's completely free. It's completely free. It's I'm gonna go over the 10 different things that I did to close my first deal. I'm gonna go into depth. It's gonna be a private Zoom link that I send out to you guys if you guys register on the link in my bio. If you guys do it here on TikTok, you guys will get kind of like this TikTok view. But I'm gonna be focused on answering questions for the people that actually registered on the link, and we'll be going over the presentation and kind of all the details of how to get started, things of that nature. So if you guys want more information on that, there's a link in my bio. Go check it out. You guys can actually read about what's all going to be included in that presentation. Should be pretty fun. Hello? I was just calling to see if I might be having the right number. I was looking for Miss Williams. No, that's okay. Thank you. That was weird. That's a first for me. 3229. So this is another number that we haven't called. So let's see. Am I hiring another VA now? Not at the moment. We're basically keeping everything um, pretty close knit until we start scaling up more and more. Thank you guys so much for registering. I appreciate. We get our VAs. So I started getting my VAs from a an agent called um, fuck, I forgot the name. Uh, Start Virtual. Start Virtual. Start Virtual was the one that we started getting our VAs from back in 2019. I've scaled up differently. I've gone directly now to hire VAs by myself so that I have them just in my kind of like own way of working. Start Virtual is a good one to get started though. They'll make sure that you guys are set up the right way. Hi there, Miss Williams. Yes, ma'am. Sorry to bother you. I was just calling because my company received information that the property on 27th Street may be going into foreclosure. Okay, no problem, Miss Williams. If anything changes, feel free to give us a call. All right. Have a good one. It's not, and it's not. It's still going for foreclosure. It's still on our record, so we'll call her again. It's not for sale, she says. That's all right. So we'll put her on a not interested. All right, last 10 minutes here, guys. For those of you guys that are just getting into the live, we have our free webinar coming up next week on Wednesday. That should be fun. You guys can register here on TikTok or the link in my bio. Again, if you guys are just getting started, that's going to be packed with all of the information about how I got started, how I closed my first deal. Hopefully, you guys can take some nuggets from it. All right, so this guy, he is survived by Gianna Nathan. Actually, got a couple deals from that, and was also able to help some of them save their homes. Yeah, that's awesome, Anae. Yeah, foreclosures, door knocking. That's probably the best way to get in front of them and get stuff, actually closed. It's I think it's one of the better ways to help people and actually, feel good about what we do as far as like real estate wholesaling and stuff like that. So that's a possible son, and then this is a possible daughter, because that this other property is probably going to go into foreclosure, fortunately, and it's a really good one. It's out in Olathe. Hello. All right, I'm just going to go down the line here and call these numbers that are registered to the address. It's a landline. Disconnected. Candy J Fink. Let's see. Let me search her up. Kansas City, Missouri. So this is Jean. This is Gianna. And see, she lives in a different address. So what I'm gonna do is I might actually go down, door knock the daughter, right? Door knock the daughter and see if she'd be willing to sell. You got to do the things that people aren't willing to do in this game if you guys are actually trying to get some money. That's the main thing. Like a lot of people get stuck just doing the same thing everybody else is doing, and they don't want to put in the work to do a little bit better. So we go door knocking. We're gonna go door knock the daughter and see if we can get her to give us some answers. All right. Yep. So this one is gonna be pushed to door knocking. You got to do the things that nobody else wants to do, guys. That's the main thing. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get also the son. See if we can get his information on here. Okay, he lives out in Independence. And how do I know it's them, or how do I know that it's the right person? You just cross-reference that with the property that you're looking for. So depending on where they grew up, things like that, like it'll help you um, give you more information on the property, and then making sure that you have the accurate information in front of them too. Let's see. Let's try this number just to see if it's the right one. We've already sent them a direct mail, so I don't think nobody lives at that property. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go door knock this one. That's just, it is what it is. Let me see. Do I have any more on here? So that's the first part of the day, guys. We go through all of our pre-foreclosure leads, the ones that have been kind of just sitting there, that we haven't really been able to connect, and then we do a deep skip trace. And if they don't kind of pick up or anything like that, we'll put them into our door knocking. There's so much opportunity out there, guys. So much opportunity out there that a lot of people just pass up on because the first call didn't work, or the second call didn't work, or the text message didn't work. Dude, that's where you make the money. Everybody else will fall off, and your goal is to try to be better than everybody else. So, yeah, you know damn well that we're going to be going after these guys. So, this person is also passed away. Like, this person passed away. So, now, again, what do? We take their full name, we go into Google, we put obituary right next to it, and then we put the address or the city Kansas City, Missouri. And sure enough, there it pops up, and then it tells us that she passed away. And so the property may actually be going into probate. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of them are in denial. A lot of them are very much in denial. Okay, let's try to call her husband, Mark. This is a potential Mark. It's also in our code violation saying that the house is collapsing in and it keeps getting worse. So it might be one of those situations where people just abandoned it. So let me actually skip trace the husband. And I hope you registered for that webinar. 0452. I hope you guys are registering for that webinar next week, Wednesday. Let's call this one here. Obviously, if they don't live in the property anymore, right? You can't send them any mail. See, the crazy thing too is that this person here, potential husband, right? You can even go into like talking to some of their associates, some people that may be super like distant, not related at all. Let's see, just like a friend or family, and that's why background checks is such a great uh, skip tracer because it gives you all of that information for free. So you guys can check that out. It'll be the last call for today, guys. Again, if you guys haven't already registered for the webinar coming up next week, Wednesday, it'll be just me talking to you guys privately on a Zoom link about how to get your first deal done, how to scale, what systems you need to put in place, what things you need to get done to actually be successful in this game. That webinar is going live at 6 p.m. next week, Wednesday. You guys can either get this kind of TikTok view or you guys can register using the link in my bio where we're actually going to have a presentation for you guys, a Q&A session for you guys. And that link is in the bio. It's completely free. You guys can join in on there and we'll kind of go over all of those questions that you guys are constantly just asking about and potentially get you guys to the point where you guys are actually closing deals and we're doing partnership deals back and forth. So check that link out. For now, probably gonna hop off, go get some lunch, and continue working on the rest of the lead management stuff after lunch. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope to see you guys here tomorrow or this afternoon.